All right, we're live, Ho. How you doing?
Veed, I'm doing hell of a weekend. Caught my first two ball games of the weekend of the year.
Did the home teams win?
Padres won on Friday night against the Marlins, 3-2, I believe, and then the Nats, who we'll talk about later in the pod, mopped the floor last night with the Angels.
They might be a bye team for me.
Listen, we will get into that, but
Okay,
I really liked
right.
what I saw yesterday.
Welcome any mothers that are on. I know we got a lot of moms. Happy Mother's Day. Hope everybody bought their moms flowers, etc.
Yeah, and if you haven't called your mom and told her Happy Mother's Day, give her a call right now and tell her it's not too late. Still Mother's Day on both coasts right now.
All right, so we're trying to limit this pup. We got to figure out a name for the pod, but we're improving production for everybody. Try and bang. We're going to try and do this in an hour. We got to line up Chan. Introducing first, Serge Cola. As Chan said, what are our bye teams, Ho? Run us through some of your bye teams.
All right, I'll let you know about mine. So boys and girls, we're going to do a new segment of this pod. It's called Serge Cola or Prune Juice. Serge Cola is a buy side, surging teams. Prune Juice, no one likes prune juice. You sell that shit up the river. Serge Cola, my Serge Cola teams of the week. David and I were talking about this earlier. Tampa Bay Rays, 8 of their last 10. Going into today, I believe they lost today, as we just discussed, on my buy side. Additionally to them, I am also adding the Milwaukee Brewers to my buy side.
Interesting.
We talked about them a little bit on Thursday, and you're going to see them pretty high in my power rankings too. David called it earlier this year, but I love what I see out of them. Additionally, I am also buying the San Diego Padres. And
I buy them for real. I don't know about buying them short term with how it's Machado and like Hosmer leading a lot of it. But I agree that longer term, I'm starting to really buy into them.
I am too. And then lastly, I've got two more, and that is the Chicago White Sox.
Seconded.
Seem to be really having a resurgence. And
they're winning close games, and they're winning some close games, coming back in games, and you like to see that. You like to see them hold on.
They're finally showing some balls. They're finally showing some balls. I agree with what you said. They're winning close games. They're pitching better. I'm still a little turned off by the fact that they've, have a negative run differential going into week 5 of the week 4.
Not ideal.
Week 5.
Not ideal.
Don't love that. And then my last buy team is the Houston Astros, riding a 7-game win streak. And
I'll buy them as
looking like they are going to, take the seat of the Los Angeles Angels, who have been occupying first base for the predominant portion of this season in the West.
Yeah, it's institutional. I bumped both the Astros and the Rays up in power rankings just off institutional. I wasn't giving enough respect. A couple more teams I might add. I think the Marlins at some point need to continue this. Like they went on a little winning streak there, then a decent losing streak on the West Coast now. A little flip-floppy in San Diego, lost 3 or 4. I can start to see them turning around a little bit. Their bats are starting to get hot. I can see maybe this is the end of the Braves' early season struggles. Maybe not. I liked what I saw against the Brewers series. The one thing about the Brewers that gets me a little bit, their lineup is so hit or miss, man. They can't hit left-handed pitching at all. And there's just like certain pitching matchups where like some veteran pitchers just breeze through them like butter. And I just don't know whether they can consistently churn out enough runs. One buy team I will definitely be buying is the San Francisco Giants right now. They're a big buy team for me. I think they're starting to turn it around. That offense has to come around at some point. Lamont Wade's back now. They just got him back. I love Lamont Wade.
Yeah. What's not to love?
All right.
I just want to give the disclaimer. I'm sure some of our viewers, if any of you are actually viewing, would probably say, why aren't they talking about the Dodgers? You know why I'm not talking about the Dodgers? Because I've been saying buy the Dodgers since before the season even started. I will continue to for the rest of the year. And, you don't buy stock in the best team in baseball. You let it ride.
Yeah, it's crazy that I don't know. Every game for them is like a 6-inning game. They have such a big advantage in the last 4 innings of every game they play. It's absurd. Or 3 innings,
really
3,
is.
4 innings. It's a wild advantage. Yeah, I have to leave them in the top spot in the power rankings.
So what do you think? You meant really quickly. You mentioned the Milwaukee Brewers being weak against left-handed pitching. What do you think they're hitting against? What do you think their splits look like against left-handed pitching so far?
Has to be bad.
It's pretty bad.
Got to be atrocious.
They're hitting 212 versus lefties with they're hitting under 300 OBP and then 386 slugging and then a 673 OPS. 11 home runs versus against right-handed 243, 318, 419, 738 with 25 home runs.
Yeah, Rowdy Tellez has been mashing, and I assume he's obviously a lot better against right-handed pitching, right?
For sure. He is the epitome of what makes them better against right-handed pitching. But I think he has 7 of their home runs.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, he's like his batted ball stuff is pretty insane too. I went through just a little sneak peek. That's going to be part of Stat Goblins, but let's go on to Prune Juice. Chaney doesn't know what Stat Goblins is yet. Prune Juice. Who are you selling outside of the Boston Red Sox? Because if you're not selling the Boston Red Sox, you've been under a rock for the last 2 weeks.
Listen, the Boston Red Sox were going to be the first team that I was selling.
And I know they're low right now. That can go lower. That team can go lower because their bullpen's so bad.
This is a bad baseball team.
Xander Bogaerts apparently wants out too.
Yeah, I read that too. I mean, what was the source? One of his friends or something like that. Guy's just looking for his 15 minutes of fame. I don't put a lot of stock in that, but listen, it's the same problem they've had all year. Also offensively, they've got Rafi, Bogey, and JD, who are all mashing. I would take any one of them in any lineup that I wanted. All 3 of them. I think they're all hitting at least 300. I know that Rafi's OBP is getting better. Slugging's getting better. They've got a lot of strength with those top 3. The rest of their lineup, though, outside of them.
Oh, God. Kiki just came back, though. That's good.
Kike just came back. I think we talked about this on Thursday. As far as guys that get pretty consistent at bats, after JD Martinez, who's hitting 294, the next highest average in their lineup is Christian Vasquez hitting 217.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, you sell the right. I mean, what do we like about that team?
I will tell you what I like. I like Xander Bogaerts. I like Rafael Devers. I like JD Martinez, and I like Garrett Whitlock.
I like Xander Bogaerts in a Yankee uniform.
And I will say this too: Michael Wacha is one of my biggest surprises going into this. One of my biggest surprises this year. He was
good again today, right?
Yeah, he pitched fine today.
Yeah, 3.
I don't know what his final stat
more than 3. He allowed 3 in 5 or 6 innings. That's fine against the White Sox.
Did he get hurt today?
Why, he didn't pitch?
No, it says he's on the 15-day IL now.
Is that why I saw Hook? Did he pitch for him? Huh. Maybe.
Yeah, Houck pitched. Yeah, Houck pitched today.
Wow, good for him. He pitched better then. Good for Houck. That's a good sign for Houck.
Yeah, that is a good sign for Houck.
Who else you got in your sell list? And it's fucked up because there's one team on the sell list you're going to yell at me for, but they're there.
I know what you're going to say. They've lost 2 of their last 3. I disagree, and not because I'm a fan, but
we're both fans. Don't you dare single yourself away from me.
Listen, all right, let's go through it. I basically have a team in almost every division that I'm selling. My Prune Juice team of the week. Obviously, both of our Prune Juice team of the week is the Boston Red Sox. Other teams that are straight Prune Juice, Detroit Tigers. Selling the Detroit Tigers. Right, I'm selling the Oakland A's. They've been the worst team in baseball over the last couple weeks.
You know they play tomorrow?
Who?
That's what some of the Monday slate we have to break down the A's and the Tigers.
Oh, great. I love
the
that.
poop series of the week.
I love that.
Oakland is on a 9-game losing streak. I can't fade them anymore. I can't sell them anymore. They're so low. I mean, they're going to be against Pineda tomorrow. It's somebody versus Pineda. They're going to be like massive underdogs tomorrow. So I don't know.
Could be some value there. Could be.
I can't sell them anymore. They're already too low.
That's fair. I am also selling the Chicago Cubs.
They stink for sure. But they're kind of
awful.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
And then, truthfully, there's not really anyone I'm selling in the West, in the NL West.
Me either, actually, right now.
There really isn't. I mean, Arizona
versus sinker pitchers, or Arizona versus guys that don't allow home runs. But I don't know who else to trade.
Yeah, I mean, maybe short term, the Rockies. I don't know, if anything. But other than that, not really.
They kind of play jazzy baseball, man.
They do.
Win a lot of games late. They're like a tough-ass team. I want to bet on the Rockies. Dude, the Rockies tomorrow, Austin Gomber is going to be like plus 220 versus Carlos Rodon. I get Carlos Rodon's awesome. Friggin' San Fran can't hit lefties, and what's-her-face is mash lefties. That's an all-in Rockies spot at plus 220 or whatever.
See, I was actually going to say that, it's funny you say that. Because I almost put the San Francisco Giants as one of my prune juice teams. I mean, they are.
Wow, I have them as a buy team, really.
Well, so hear me out. I agree with you. As a buy team, I don't think they're going to be this bad. They've been, pretty bad the last couple of weeks. I don't know what the numbers are, but they've got. Listen to this schedule they've got coming up. So after a 4-game series in St. Louis, they go and play Colorado.
No, they were home. They were home.
Oh, sorry. 4-game series at home against St. Louis. They go and play Colorado at home, St. Louis on the road, Colorado on the road, then San Diego and the Mets on the road, at home.
I mean, that sucks. You get to beat up at least on the shitty Cardinals when you go to St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not one of your prune juice teams. But yeah, and then it gets, it gets a little easier. Cincy, Philly, Miami, but listen, man, we all knew it. The NL West.
You're selling Miami?
Huh?
You're selling Miami?
I'm not selling Miami.
Oh.
I'm not selling Miami. I think Miami is one of the easier series coming up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah, that's a difficult schedule coming up for San Fran, but it's at least they're starting to play better. So at least they're not getting it at a time where they're trending down. At least San Fran is trending up when they have to play a bunch of difficult competition.
I agree. I mean, it's a short term prune.
So other ones, I agreed on the Tigers. I think you have to sell. You have to be weary of the Mets bullpen is so thin right now. You have to value that into every play you make. I think the Twins lineup, obviously all these guys are out now. Correa's out. A couple other guys are out. Such a thin lineup. You have to value that in every time. I think the Mariners might have bottomed. I kind of feel them bottoming out and starting to trend back up. I don't know. That Drake Graveman trade really messed things up. But I think
the trade happened last year.
You have to sell us. You have to sell us. You have to sell the Yankees. You have to, dude. We're not that good. You got to be honest. You got to be more honest, man. You see, we're the same team as last. We're the same team. Although Gleyber hitting a little bit, but we're the same team.
You know Gleyber, by the way, since 2018, has the most walk-offs in baseball.
I saw that.
Insane. Yes, I think short term.
I bet he has the most opportunities in baseball.
Short term, I could see the Yankees being a sell. I mean, their last 3 games, they haven't really hit. They've lost 2 of their last 3 after going on an 11-game win streak. I could see that. I could see that short term.
And people are valuing us like we have the best bullpen in baseball, where it's like, dude, that's such an unproven theory.
I see. That's the one part I disagree with you on. Pitching wise, the Yankees have one of the best pitching staffs in the major leagues this year.
Across the board, I agree. But do you really think
bullpen
Mike got hit a little bit today? I tend to think, and especially given all the peripherals I've seen, how much I've looked into it, he's got 4 pitches. I assume King's going to work out to be at least him and Garrett battling for this kind of role that now is really big in baseball. I get to be the best guy at that, but Dude, do you really, and I get it if you do you really think Loizaga's an eighth inning guy, like a shutdown eighth inning guy? Do you believe in Clay Holmes?
Dude, do I believe in Clay Holmes?
Who's our lefty shutdown out of the bullpen, even besides Chapman right
now? Castro, and Wandy.
Oh, Wandy.
Yeah,
Wandy's. Yeah, listen, I mean, I don't know, man.
The Yankees have a great bullpen. The biggest question mark for the New York Yankees is their lineup. Hands down. I know that they mashed over that 11-game win streak. They put up a competition. They put up a combined 4 runs in 2 games against a bottom half team in baseball.
They made Matt Bush look competent out of the bullpen. So that's
they were getting no hit through 6 innings today.
By Dane Dunning? I'll tell you something, though. Watching the game today, Kyle Higashika was catching today, right?
Higgy caught game 1.
One of the best pitch framers I've ever seen in my life. One of the best pitch framers ever. He's insane.
That's Trevi.
What?
Trevi's the great pitch framer. Higgy's good too, but Trevi is like renowned as being the best.
Dude, I thought today, because I like what Higgy does, a little subtle thing he does, is I like on balls that aren't that close, I like how he has his glove fall away. So it looks further away. So optically, like when he's bringing stuff back, but not on every pitch and stuff, I just think he's really slick. I like the way he does it. But all right, we're powering through. We're already at 16 and we're trying to keep it. Let's try this. This is a new segment, Chan. Cookies for rookies. Have any rookies jumped out off the page? I have 4 for you.
I've got 5, and I'm sure we have similar ones on our list.
Let's go back and forth. You first. Tag, you're it.
Obviously, Seiya Suzuki.
Oh, wow. I didn't even have him on there.
How could you not?
I saw he started off electric and then faded to he was hitting low 250s. Has he trended back? He's hitting a little better now?
I think his OBP is still over 400.
That would be impressive adjusting if his OBP is over 4, because I saw he went down a little bit. Not all of my guys have insane stats. Like one guy, I think Julio Rodriguez. Have you seen that kid on the Mariners, the center fielder?
Yeah, Julio is on my list too.
Dude, he had trouble early adjusting, but he's starting to come around. You can see him batting, going the other way and stuff consistently. He's a very talented.
So Suzuki's OBP is down to 360. I take that back. He's still got 467 slugging and still over an 800 OPS.
I think people are adjusting to him a little bit. Probably throwing a lot of high fastballs and stuff. He's having a hard time.
He does not hit high fastball as well. Additionally, all right. So I named one. You go ahead.
I think Julio Rodriguez, at watching him, because he's an unbelievably confident player. I follow him on TikTok and shit too. Dude, that kid is going to be a superstar. He's going to be a superstar.
I agree. The other guy that I have on my list is Jeremy Pena.
Jeremy Pena is kind of nice. I agree. He's kind of nice. That's a good one.
Filled in.
He's a rookie?
Yeah,
he's a rookie?
He is a rookie.
Okay.
He is a rookie. He is why they let Correa walk.
You limited this to people that only had 0 service time prior to this year, right?
Did Pena have service time going?
No. I don't think he did. That's what I'm saying. I'm just asking. I think you're right. Pena, I've never seen him.
Yeah, no, I mean, because then my next one was Stephen Kwan, obviously.
Yeah, I got Kwan. That's all my notes say. But yeah, we've talked about Kwan so much. We don't even need to anymore, but he deserves to be mentioned here.
He definitely does. And then aside from him, the other one that I am going to go ahead and throw in there is Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan, this is his first year?
I believe I believe Joe Ryan's a rookie.
I thought he pitched last year. That's why I left him off, because I would have said him too. But I don't know why I didn't check on that one. I just assumed. I thought I was right. Have you heard of this Yadiel Hernandez guy since you just went and saw the Nats?
I'm glad you asked.
He's 32 debuting this year. He's electric. I watched him bat the other day.
You asked about Yadiel Hernandez.
Dude, he knows how to hit. That man knows how to swing a baseball.
Dude, he hit a dinger the night I was there. Picked him up in fantasy on Thursday morning just for shits and giggles, and he has been carrying my team. But he's like eye test wise, I'm like, that guy can play. He knows how to hit. That guy will translate as a hitter. Listen, if you would have told me that Yizel and Josh Bell would be the best hitters on the Washington Nationals this year with Juan Soto's on that roster, I would have told you were crazy.
Dude, Josh Bell, electric.
Incredible.
Yeah. He's got such a long swing too. I'm surprised that it's so hard to get him out.
Longest swing, and dude, his defensive first is pretty good too. Like
he's a good player. He's a good baseball player. Josh
Bell is, dude. I'll put him up against almost any first baseman in the league this year,
and
including
Freddie. I agree. He's been
hot
good.
Take.
But no, I just think it's amazing that Yadiel Hernandez guy's 32, debuting
that's wild.
Like that. What have you been doing, dude?
I don't know where he's been. I mean, what is the Yadiel Hernandez story?
I don't know. I just saw he's 32, and that was enough for me. I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. And then the one other thing I'll say.
Actually, he's 34.
Holy crap.
He got called up for the first time when he was 32. When
so
Howie Kendrick
count on the list. My bad.
Yeah. When Howie Kendrick was placed on the injured list.
Shucks.
And then the other guy I really wanted to put on here, even though I don't think he's come to terms yet, is what's it called? Witt Jr.
Who?
Can't put him on there. Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, Bobby. He's
the top prospect going into this year. He's a little 21-year-old phenom.
He's all right.
No, he's been having a mediocre year. I think if you watch him play, though, he definitely passes the eye test.
Yeah, he does go the other way. I like the way he hits the ball the other way and stuff, too.
He hits the ball the other way. He does not hit left-handed pitching well at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He is I'll tell you, let me pull up his splits real quick. So he's actually hitting under the Mendoza line against left-handed pitching and then hitting a respectable 240 with right-handed hitting.
Let's see. Let's keep a tab on Bobby Witt Jr. I'm gonna write a note down. Let's keep a tab on this kid because it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. That doesn't make a ton of sense with his pedigree too.
It doesn't.
All right. The only other people I wanted to point out were just some of the Mariners' young pitching. Obviously, the brash kid people were talking about, the Kirby kid, very heralded, made his first start today, shut out the Rays for whatever amount of time he was in the game. Impressive for him in a very tight game against a smart Rays team, to make your debut. Not an easy team to make your debut against. So I thought that was impressive. Figured I'd give him a shout out. Now,
what about, really quickly, one other guy I want to add to the conversation?
Please.
Have you been watching Mackenzie Gore?
No, I have not been watching Mackenzie Gore, but he's an interesting one to me because I don't know. He's been I think he was like a number 1 overall pick or something because he was like super hyped and then he didn't make it up to the big show. It took him longer than expected.
Third overall in 17.
It's weird, but people expected him to come up really quick or something. But I saw he's like only 24, but I've heard people say stuff like he was supposed to be here like a year or two ago, but he's had issues with XYZ.
So he's given up 4 earned runs over 21 innings pitched this year with a 1.71 ERA. Batting average against 211. He's got a 1.19 WHIP. And I mean, listen, they're keeping a short leash on him. It looks like he's basically getting like 5 inning starts over his 4. He's 2-0. I know we don't like to use records for stats on pitchers, but I'll tell you, I mean, the kid, it looks like he has it.
Some of his peripherals are a little concerning, although he's creating a lot of value with his fastball, which you like to see. That's good for especially a young pitcher. Only a 13% soft contact rate, not ideal. More ground balls than fly balls I like to see. An issue I got is only 8% swinging strike rate. We're gonna have to up that.
We will have to up that, but you got to remember he's a rookie. He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's not creating any value with his off speed right now. So let's see what happens. Interesting. Huh. All right, let's see what happens. People go, he actually 40+% to the opposite field. So he likes to paint those outside corners. I'm going to have to watch him next time. I think he's pitching tomorrow.
If he's pitching tomorrow, let's give him a watch.
Let's give him a watch. We'll report back on Thursday. Mackenzie Gore, and we'll keep our tab on Bobby Witt. Let's report back. We'll give a scouting report on Mackenzie Gore on Thursday. All right, Chan, new segment. I got introduced to you. You know nothing about Stat Goblins. Now, we're recording at a random time, 30 minutes after we said we would for the random time. So there's nobody in here.
My fault.
If there were people in here right now, what we're going to do is maybe we'll go back and forth, but I just got something, so I have a little extra money right now. So I'll go at least first and volunteer. Chan, I'm going to read you off stat questions, like trivia like we used to do when we were all taking showers and shit before we go out in the frat. We're going to do those. I got 6 trivia questions for you today. You get any of them right, I'll Venmo whoever's watching. Normally we'd have to do something. Somebody just popped in. You might have popped in an opportune time to make $100. If you comment, you're the first one to comment. We'll do some kind of thing. And Chan gets the question right, I have to Venmo you $100. And then we might do Stat Goblins reverse where Chan has to do it. But we'll do this. I don't think you're going to really be able to get any right. You have like a 5-second timer. You can't look them up. You just got to go off top of your head like you got to go. All right, ready, Chan?
Mm-hmm.
I got 6 of them for you. First, who is leading baseball in exit velocity this season?
Giancarlo Stanton.
Fuck! Damn it! That quick? How'd you know that?
I mean, dude, it's like the most obvious. Come on, I mean.
You know who number 2 is?
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, and he's got the most barrels. He's got the most barrels.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Thank God nobody commented. How about the least allowed? Who allows the least exit velocity? This is an interesting one. Think of like a fly ball guy. I'll give you a hint. Fly ball guy that plays on the East Coast.
Scherzer?
No, Zach Eflin.
I never would have gotten that.
Zach Eflin's pretty good.
Interesting.
Interesting stat for you. Which pitcher in Major League Baseball, the only one to not allow a barreled ball this entire season so far? Veed came correct with this segment.
You did.
Started off a little weak.
Yeah, I mean, you threw me a lob ball question 1, but you're coming in with some heat on the next 2.
Yeah.
Repeat the question really quickly.
Which pitcher has not been barreled up yet? There's only one pitcher that has not allowed a barreled ball. Stop it, Chan. I don't want to see any hands moving, eyes moving. You got a couple seconds. You just got to go. Let's go.
Is he a reliever?
No,
hands are straight.
Starter. It's amazing. He's a starter.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm not looking. I'm just trying to think.
All right, 10, 9, 8. We got to go. 7, 6, 5. Just throw someone out there. 4, 3, 2.
I mean, it did. Kershaw?
No, Framber Valdez, a lefty, though. Framber Valdez has not been barreled up yet.
Interesting.
Framber Valdez. Most 2-out RBIs in baseball.
Player or team?
Player.
Freddie.
No, but right division. I'll give you one more on that one. No, right
team?
Division, whatever.
Right division or right team?
No, division.
Manny Machado.
CJ Crone.
CJ Crone.
CJ Crone. Manny Machado's having a freakish start to the season. By
he
the way.
really is.
385 with
dude,
like a
and so is Hosmer.
I know. I'm happy for Hosmer. People were telling me he was washed up.
Me too. Me too.
Last 2. Leading the league. So right now you're 1 for 4. That's pretty good. Leading the league in pitches per plate appearance, hitter. You're never going to get this one. This was the easiest one for me to bank my money on. I assumed you'd never get this one. He's a Jap. Yeah. I can even give you that. That's such a bad way to say it. He's Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm Chinese. A little bit of the old time in me came out. You bombed us. You invaded us. It came out. That was like my elders speaking, okay? He's Japanese.
He's Jap. I mean, what? Shohei, Seiya Suzuki?
Nope. Tsutsugo on the Pirates.
Tsutsugo.
Gets a lot. He sees a lot of pitches. Hicks is really high up there too. I think Hicks leads the AL. And then least pitches per plate appearance as a pitcher. And this is very interesting considered who mentored him. Hint.
Luis Severino.
Out of our pitching staff, that's who you pick as being mentored by somebody that now pitches really well.
It was a joke, David.
Well, you're
Take
close.
the joke.
You're really close. You're really close. Like
Nestor Cortez.
Down the line. Keep going.
Monty?
Like less than 3.5 pitches per plate appearance. So impressive. CC really helped him, man.
Well, CC and Pettit. Apparently Pettit also worked with him a little bit.
You can see it. You can see it. He's getting
he is like Andy too. Yeah. No, he will be.
He will be. All right. So 1 for 6. Good job, Ho. That's impressive. I'm surprised you got one. Although now that you're saying it back, it's like, all right, the guy's huge. He's like a giant play. The two giants.
Dude, he's a stat cat. Dude, he's a stat cast king. Like, I mean,
he is.
Guy literally just sticks his bat out. It's 118 miles off the bat.
He's pretty good at end of the. He's underratedly good at a late game single.
I agree. Listen, I take back every negative thing I said about Giancarlo Stanton. Well, not every, almost every.
All right, I'm going to see it now. I'm going to screen share power rankings. You like that segment? Oh, we're going to do that. And then if somebody's in here, they would be eligible to win off.
I like that. I like that segment.
Yeah, I like that. All right, power rankings. Let me share screen here, Chan, and you tell me where I'm right, where I'm wrong.
Okay.
It's the bolded one. So I'll bold it really quick, and then let me share this. All right, we're about 32 minutes in. I think we're on good time, Chan, because then we'll do this and break through Monday's slate, and then we'll let everybody point voyage, and we'll see you on Thursday. But I like this.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Chrome tab, this, share. All right. Can you see that?
Yes.
You can see that?
I can.
All right. Where do you like? What do you not like? So these are up and downs, and I gave the plus minus on the side. So I obviously gave the Yanks a bum.
Okay.
The Giants had to come down because that lineup really isn't anywhere near being figured out, I don't think. I think they're going to continue. I think they're going to trend up a little bit. I think they're a really good baseball team, but they're struggling, man. They're just
you and I are actually nail on the head exact on first five.
Yeah,
I think I had the Yankee. Let me just look at it. I had the Yankees 4 and the Padres 5, but that could be interchangeable to me.
Where do you have major differences? I actually like this. I think I was a lot more reasonable. I think I was a little overreactionary last time. I think I'm a lot more reasonable here, although the Braves are probably too low. That's the one call out I would have for myself.
Yeah, I think the Braves are a little bit low. I actually have the Rays. I think the Rays are a little too low as well. I actually have the Rays ahead of the Jays.
Interesting. I don't know. The one thing that scares me about Tampa, and I think this might come to roost later, they've really let their relievers walk out the door. They've really let the relievers.
They really have, but they seem to develop more. For every
even like Kittredge as a closer, dude, that guy's not that good. He let up the game tying hit today, and I was like, bro, that's not you can't be.
Listen, closers do things like that.
No, I just think his arsenal's limited for a closer, but what do I know? He just doesn't seem like the stuff is there to be a closer in Major League Baseball for me. But I mean, if you bump the Rays up a little bit, swap them with the Jays, I was honestly considering something semi-similar. So, and I will say, it does seem like the Rays bats are coming around a little bit.
The Rays bats are definitely coming around.
Manny Margot's a stud.
Definitely coming around.
So I finally dropped the Marlins down a bunch. I felt like that was pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think that was reasonable. And then I also have the White Sox ahead of. I actually have the White Sox 8.
How low do you have the Giants?
Giants 9, and then I have what's it called? The Jays 10.
Who are you disrespecting? The Astros?
No.
So who?
So all the same, and then 6. 6 I have the Rays. 7 I also have the Astros. 8 8 the Giants. 9 the White Sox, and then 10 the Jays.
Channy bumping down his Angels, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the Angels are probably sitting pretty around 11.
They're
12.
overperforming right now. They have to.
They are. Their pitching. Listen, their pitching just isn't good. It doesn't.
And this random collection of hitters is so random too. Although I will say, you know why Noah Syndergaard is being healthier now? You know he's on the Liver King diet.
Did not know that.
Dude, that's gotta. Dude, if he continues to have success, I'm gonna know why because I try and do that shit. So I can't say anything about that. I'm impressed. I don't know. I think they're still much better than they've been in years past, but they're not gonna run away. They're not gonna be right there with the Astros to the end in the AL West. That's not real.
No, I don't think so either.
Any really disagreements with my bottom 15? Any big disagreements? I kind of put the Nationals really a little high relative to their record, but I think the Nationals are better than they've been. I think the Nationals are okay. I want to buy some Nationals stock probably coming up. They probably should be in my buy.
I would probably put the Nationals a little bit higher. Credit to them. I mean, this rebuild actually looks like it has a future now, as opposed to last year where I was just kind of thinking, what the hell are these guys doing?
And the D-backs are really high, but they have good pitching, man. They have some good young pitchers.
D-backs do have good pitching.
So it's for me,
nothing in your bottom 15 really looks that out of sort. Yeah, I mean.
So if we don't really actually have any major differences. Where do you have the Braves? That's what I was most.
I told you the Braves. I think 11 is where I had the Braves.
Okay, so I'm a little low on the Braves. Other than that, we're
a little low on the Braves, and then we've got a little bit of a disparity on the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. There's just something about those Jays. I'm starting to buy it a little bit.
There's just a missing piece. I can't explain what it is. If anything, I guess it's contact hitting, but there's just a missing piece. And there's also the other thing is you want to talk narrative, dude, these guys don't have the edge. Where at least that's when you watch them, you don't have the edge. Where they're going into the 8th or 9th. Down 2 or 3 runs, you don't have the faith that they're going to come back.
You're kind of right. Oh, what's up, Josh Shipper? How are you, bud? Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. How are you doing on Mother's Day? You having a good day? You popped in for the end. We're just popping through Power Ranks. We're about to go over Monday's slate. I don't know. I think you're right about the Jays. They do, but they play such good defense. So then it's the kind of thing where I'm I kind of think that kind of thing will come around. Good defense leads to
good defense.
It's a good indicator of things.
I couldn't agree with you more on good defense.
They play really good defense. They do. Passes the eye test.
It definitely does. Their problem to me is still just, late game. I don't really have faith in anyone to get in. There's just so much young talent on that team, and letting Simeon walk, and granted, they look like geniuses for doing so. There just doesn't really feel like enough veteran leaders. Where is the veteran leadership on that team?
Don't you think George Springer? He's going to lead them along. He was only there for
Springer. Yeah, okay.
Give him a little more time.
I'll give Springer a little bit more time. I mean, he's been good this year.
But I don't disagree. Now that you're saying I'm too high on the Jays, I'm kind of I'm projecting a little bit. You're right. I'm projecting a little bit.
A little bit. And that's okay.
It is okay. All right, Chan, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to face off on Monday's slate?
Let me pull it up, get it in front of me.
Let me see. All right, so let me share a different screen. So stop screen share and share this.
So we should get a pretty good Monday slate going into tomorrow
it's big.
because of all the rain out. Yeah, because of all the rain outs this weekend.
Yeah. We got some day ball, some early day ball. I like it. So I tried to at least write information down for everyone. I don't have a pick on every game, but I did break everyone down. Game one, so who you taking?
Oh, man.
Carlos Hernandez
versus Tyler Wells, who actually pitched pretty well against the Yankees. Man, I guess if anything,
give me Carlos Hernandez. I'll take him as a dog.
Yeah, I mean, you take the dog. There's just more value in taking the dog here. You know, when two bad teams play each other, like taking the favorite just kind of feels like throwing money away.
It's very coin flippy to me, so I kind of am on a similar vibe. What are the splits? How bad is KC? See, KC's actually decent against lefties. So I think Wells, I don't know. I kind of like Kansas City versus lefties. I like Carlos Hernandez. He's personally a buy guy for me.
KC is not decent against lefties.
Yeah, they are.
They're not decent against anyone. They're better against lefties than they are against righties.
You have to look at it relative to everybody else. Everybody's team averages are down across the board. Like 230, 240 with some power versus like a lefty.
All right. Good. Well, I mean, let's look at slugging then. I mean, dude,
it's like top 50. It's top 12. I think they're like 11th versus lefties in terms of average, at least. So
they're hitting 228 against lefties.
All right, I rounded up. It's 50.
That's tough.
All right, whatever. I rounded up a little bit. Give me a break.
All right. I mean, either way, listen, we're going Kansas City. Because
what did Baseball Savant? Let's just make sure. Let me see what Baseball Savant says. Does it think they're going to hit Wells at all? I think Baseball Savant will agree with me. It doesn't think Wells is going to walk anybody, but we think they're going to we'll hit Wells a little bit. Give me Wells. Give me KC. I'll take KC.
Yeah, we're taking KC.
Yanks Rangers. Who do you got? As long as I get him, I want the at least 10 cents on Carlos Hernandez since I think it's coin flippy. So I need plus 110 or better, by the way, on KC, but okay. Rangers are looking at plus one. It's like minus 210-ish Nestor Cortez over John Gray. Does that insanely wide to you?
It does seem insanely wide, though. You know, Yankee. He's right. The Rangers do hit lefties, but the Yankees also hit righties.
Yes. John Gray. How does John
listen?
Gray
I think you have more value in taking the Rangers. I think the Yankees probably win the game tomorrow, but I think there's more value in taking the Rangers. Have the Yankees faced John Gray before? My
sentiment's very similar. Gray should be so much better than he has been. I think John Gray might be a little bit of a head case. He looks like a scared shrew to me. I think he's a little bit of a head case.
Okay, so the last time John Gray. Am I looking at this?
What?
No, that can't be right.
Yeah, Baseball Savant thinks Nestor's going to pitch really well against them.
He should.
I don't think they've seen him before. Have they seen him before?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It does not look like they have, and that's the concerning piece.
Well, it's good if they haven't seen. Oh, for the Rangers, yeah. If you want to be better,
yeah.
You want.
Are you talking about to have the Rangers seen Nestor Cortez, or have the Yankees seen John Gray?
No, I don't care if the Yankees have seen John Gray. I only care if
you should. The Yankees have some of the most alarming splits against pitchers they've never seen before.
Still? I thought that was kind of a thing of the past.
No, it's still. These guys bamboozle them. Listen, if I'm betting right, I'm taking the Yankees. If I am looking for value and, trying to throw some money on some dogs, I actually think there's some value in betting the Rangers. But if you're trying to bet smart, I'm taking the Yankees.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this should be somewhere around like minus one, I don't know, minus 150 mass. I thought it was going to be. I actually, when I broke this down, wrote Rangers. I actually thought it was going to be Severino, but it's
minus
I'd be
180.
comfortable fading Severino than Cortez.
I would too. I mean, I figured it would be Nestor because of the rainouts, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're Royals, and then are we Yankees? Are we both Yankees?
I'm gonna say Rangers because I think there's value, and I just have to play the numbers. But you're gonna go. I'll write it down for you. You want to go Yanks?
Yeah. So we'll duel on that one.
Okay, let's duel. I don't even have anything to say on the next one. I would rather literally blow my fucking brains out on live stream than to take Julio Urias minus 240 on the road. Yeah, we always get extra juice. Oh, so do the Dodgers. So do all these.
You're right. So do the Dodgers. Exactly. Honestly, yeah. I mean, this is a don't bet in my opinion.
I agree. There's nothing I want to do less than minus 250 on the road.
It's a don't bet. It's a don't bet. Listen, the Dodgers are going to win the game. I think you're paying too big of a premium. You're paying too big of a premium to take them, though.
Yeah, I agree.
The Brewers on the road in Cincinnati at minus 180.
So I think the Brewers, I mean, they're obviously very familiar.
Minus 175.
They're obviously very familiar with them. They hit sliders really well. So I think it's interesting because it's Castillo's first start of the season, and he's going to have to rely heavily on his changeup. And I just don't know, because his slider is going to get hit by the Brewers. So if he's just going, it seems like a lot of constrictions to place on a guy that's also his first start of the season. Gun to my head, I'm taking the Brewers. I don't think it's probably so wide. It's probably minus.
No, I actually really like the Brewers at minus 175.
Yeah, minus 175. It's so wide.
Yeah.
But I like that. I'd be much more comfortable playing that than Julio Urias minus 250.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you go Brewers too?
Yeah, I'm going Brewers too.
I'm not going to endorse actually the I don't think the Dodgers are probably going to win. I got to look at it more, but Julio Urias, you can't trust that man.
I mean, hey, you want to take Pittsburgh plus 200? Put your money where your mouth is.
I'll tell you. You want to load Pittsburgh plus 200? You wait till my video tomorrow. You know what? Pirates. Give me the Pirates. Give me the.
All right.
I'll do it. I'll die on this Julio Urias hill. Give me the Pirates.
You're a sick son of a bitch. You know that.
With Jose Quintana pitched pretty well his last time out. I'll take him again. I'm sure
I'm taking the A's.
I think it's fucked, but Blackburn is I don't know. I think he's crafty enough, even though they're on a 9-game losing streak. His curveball and his changeup are going to play up. I think they're going to play up against the Tigers. One thing I will say, coming home, Tigers, Blackburn's been pitching so well. He's got a little regression too. One thing I'm looking at, I like over. These two offenses at 7? 7? We're in the Midwest summer, baby. 7? I get Comerica. Comerica typically keeps a lot of things in. But, dude, Michael Pineda's been back for 10 minutes, and it's 7? Dude, Michael Pineda, you can't trust Michael Pineda.
Oh, I mean, dude, Pineda, it gets ugly for Pineda. It's home run derby out there. I mean,
dude, that's the play for me in this game. Over 7. Over 7 can happen in the first 2 innings of this matchup. It's insane.
Over 7. I'll ride that with you.
Right?
I'm also picking the A's.
Chaney's on A's /over 7. I just think that's crazy to me. I do think there's a potential for Blackburn to pitch really, really well. But what? He's going to pitch 8 innings of shutout ball so that it stays under 7? What do we do?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if it goes into their Blackburn could pitch well. If it goes into their bullpen, though, then, that's where the score can really get run up.
Exactly. There. And same thing, the Detroit bullpen, while it was better earlier in the season, they've been blowing games left.
No, they've been terrible lately.
Michael Fulmer literally walked around winning runs in the game I took the Tigers in the other night. So I love the over 7 there. That's going to be at least a sushi for me. I know, because that's wrong. Why? These offenses can't be that bad.
Why don't you pancake it?
You want a pancake, Ho? I'll do it since you like it too. You want to pancake that? I'll pancake
Yeah,
that.
let's cake it.
If it's 7, as long as it's not juiced up, I'll pancake it. If it's 7 at -110 or better, I'll pancake it. What do you think about the little White Sox Indian? We're buying White Sox stock. You buying White Sox?
We're buying White Sox stock. You know, if we're going off of what we said earlier, then we're betting the White Sox.
I do think I'm going to bet. What's the line at?
I show 180. You're showing it over here at 180.
That sucks. That's so wide, but I think they win.
I think they win too.
That's really
honestly,
wide.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Kopech has been great this year.
Well, the other thing is that Tony La Russa is a psychopath and pitched Liam Hendricks literally like 6 of the last 7 days. At some point, he has to stop pitching him because his arms will fall off.
No, Tony La Russa still thinks that it's 1992. Like
he really does. He's stuck somewhere. I don't know where, but he's like, Tony La Russa reminds me of Doc from
Back to the Future.
Just like a fucking wild, like Tony La Russa probably, if you work with him, you're like the assistant GM or something. He runs in your office in the middle of the night, like, wah! Like that's what I think of him. It's wide, but I also think Plesac has just been melting down start after start. He's a total head case, that guy.
He looks like, I feel like I'm watching Trevor Bauer out there sometimes when he's pitching.
Dude, he's a psycho.
Yeah.
Plesac's a psycho. Him and Mike Clevenger were the two that used to get suspended all the time on the Indians together. Terry would suspend them all the time for going out in towns and doing stupid shit. Tony La Russa has the longest dugout to mound time ever. He's thinking about something. He's off in fucking La La Land. That guy is a mad scientist. Crazy. I think he's one of the best baseball talent evaluators of the last 20 years, but he's still a psycho. So you go White Sox too?
Yeah, we're both White Sox there.
The line's wide though. I couldn't put too much on that at -180. Yeah. Kopech isn't that proven. Like Plesac's honestly more long-term the proven commodity. He's like when he's okay, he's pretty good, but he's bad right now. He's in a head case mode and he's a psychopath. This is an interesting one. I'm interested to see what you say here. Rays Angels. This is an interesting game. I like this matchup.
Do you have a line on this one? Because I'm not seeing a line here.
Wait, it was supposed to be. Oh, I thought it was going to be Kluber Syndergaard, but it doesn't. Is it going to be?
Looks
Kluber?
Like it says Jeffrey Springs is pitching.
Okay, I was under the impression we were going to do Kluber, but I do think the Rays are going to hit Syndergaard.
I do too. I think the Rays are surging. The Angels are pruning a little bit.
The guys that have just the big fastball slider combo, they hit. The Rays can hit.
I'm taking the Rays up to -1.
They're going to be dogs.
You think they're going to be a dog in this one?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. As a Birds fan, I love Tony. Joshua Shipp, you're a Birds fan. Chaney that's his favorite NL team. He's got
that is my NL team. You think they're going to be a dog?
What?
You think they'll be a dog?
100%. With a bullpen game versus Noah Syndergaard, with how he started the season, and
a bullpen game versus Noah Syndergaard, but the Rays have been one of the hottest teams in baseball over the last week and a half.
I'm pretty sure they're going to open that with Syndergaard at -130 or something. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. I'm pretty sure. It's not my most confident play in the world, but I do think the Rays are going to hit the Angels. So, and then I have half.
I think so too. Listen, if the Rays are going to be a dog here, then I'm taking them all day. I think I would take the Rays up to -125.
I dig it. Okay. All right. I dig that. I would take them in any dog role. I agree. I don't know. I think we're at least to pick them there. I'm not sure where we're at, but we have to be at least to pick them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would think so.
All right. I like a lot of road teams today, Chad. I'm just going to give away my hand. I back Rangers Suarez every damn time out, and this ain't any different. I'm going to back them. The Mariners don't hit lefties well. I think the Mariners they might be bottoming out, but they're still in the gutter. Flexen, not a guy that's what?
Yeah, I agree.
Flexen's not going to overpower the Phillies lineup. He's got to work a lot more painting corners, nibbling. The Phillies are really good with their eye. If nothing else, they are a patient lineup. I don't think he's the kind of guy to have a lot of success. I like the Phillies. I like the over. I see some runs scored here, Ho.
I like the over. I think Flexen gets lit up, and then I think Suarez also has a tough time against that Mariners lineup. So I could see this being like a 6-4 type game.
It's
or
7.5.
Yeah. So I'm taking the over.
We're mashing totals tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, we are.
What do you think? I did not have a good read on this one. This is one of the only ones I just didn't have a side. Cubs Padres.
So I don't see a line on this one either.
Wait, did they pull either Kyle? So Kyle Hendricks is supposed to pitch for the Cubs. Kyle Hendricks has a really good matchup versus the Padres, who can't hit. It looks like it's going to be if it's Hendricks, Mackenzie Gore. If they line that at -170, like I'm seeing it opened at Win, and that's the pitching matchup, you have to take some Cubs. That's fucking absurd. There's a lot of crazy priced. Yeah, that's a little wild. That's a big price. By the way, if you want the Phillies, they're starting to get hit already. I think the Phillies will maybe flip. That line might flip. But what do you think? Hendricks, so the Padres' biggest hole in their lineup, they haven't been able to hit changeups at all. And Kyle Hendricks is one of the best changeups in baseball.
I mean, that's, if you're looking deep in it, I mean, I want to take Mackenzie Gore at home against this Cubs team that has been, kind of floundering at the plate lately.
And Kyle Hendricks might be broken. They also played Sunday Night Baseball while the Padres had a walk-off win today. Very different optics heading into the game.
Very different optics heading into the game. Additionally to that is, listen, whether or not Kyle Hendricks can throw, I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Truthfully, I agree with the change-up narrative.
I agree.
I just see runs coming on the board from Hosmer and Machado, man.
Padres -180. Yeah, the Padres are getting steamed. Wow, this is so disrespectful to Kyle Hendricks, but Kyle Hendricks has been pitching really bad his last few times out. So, you can kind of understand.
He's been terrible.
Chaney wants Padres, huh? I can see it in your eyes. Chaney wants it. You were just there. You're feeling the juice a little bit.
I want the Pods. I'm feeling the juice. I'm also I'm gonna throw my money on the young rookie, Mackenzie Gore.
All right. Chaney putting his money where his mouth is. All right. Chaney goes Padres. I guess I would. I don't know, man. I know Hendricks will pitch well. I don't know how Gore will pitch. How bad are the Cubs versus – they're bad against everyone. How are they hitting lefties?
Let's take a peek.
And they're right in the same wheelhouse as the Royals. A lot of at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty even, actually, across the board against righties and lefties. OBP
all right, I'll do. I don't know.
Righties.
I'm going to stay away.
Their slugging is better against lefties than it is against righties.
You would kind of expect it. I guess it's a predominantly right-handed lineup. Between Contreras, all those guys. You would think, I guess, predominantly right-handed. I'm just going to pass or lean. Oh, man. I lean under. Fuck. The Marlins? I don't know in this game. I actually have no clue. Marlins. Arizona. What did they line this at? Right near a pick'em, right? And somebody bet the Marlins already. That's what
Arizona's +105 and the Marlins.
Okay, so they opened it. People are betting Arizona. So I think it's interesting because I hate Elijah Hernandez. That guy, I don't think he's good at anything. I've watched him pitch. I'm never impressed. I have no idea what he's doing in the starting rotation. And he lets up a lot of fly balls, like a very high amount of fly balls. And all Arizona does is hit homers. So you're fulfilling part of their win condition. But you got to figure the Marlins, they're seeing this Castellanos guy again. He's a changeup guy. They saw him like a week ago. If you see like a guy that's predominant, you're going to have more success against a changeup. I'm leaning over here because of those two. And then sidewise, I don't know. It's hard for me. I guess I'm projecting. I know they're going to hit Hernandez to an extent where I'm maybe projecting on the other side. So gun to my head, I have to take Arizona.
Gun to my head, if I'm taking anything, it's the over.
Yes. I see so many runs.
A piss poor. It's a piss poor pitching matchup on both sides. As far as who wins, honestly, it depends on who gets to the bullpen first.
You don't hate betting on a guy named Humberto, by the way.
No, you don't. But I'm staying away from either side. If anything, I'm taking the over in this game.
Same. I like the over here. I like the over in this game, in the Phillies-Mariners game, and in the A's game. I like those three overs quite a bit.
Rockies, Giants.
I touched on it. I'm gonna have a big play on the Rockies tomorrow. a big.
I was literally going to say that. I think the Giants are a little too overvalued. Minus 250 is
what the hell are we
juice.
doing? They can't hit lefty. Gomber's not useless.
Heavy juice. I get Rodon's going, and he has been unstoppable this year. But I mean, I think that is way, way, way too high.
I mean, how do you even break minus 200 with that pitching matchup?
No, I mean, if you had to ask me to guess this, I would have said 175, probably something in that range.
Yes, we're like 75 points off. No matter what, I'm going to have to put like 15 grand on the fucking Rockies tomorrow. Because I don't have a choice.
Which makes me think Vegas knows something we don't.
I mean, they also, dude, these run away, like these lines like this run away where you have like the bigger teams like the Dodgers and stuff. People just hammer these heavy favorites in baseball. Like people that don't know what to do, also parlay like three of them together. I literally get asked every live stream. They're like, "Should I just parlay these 3 games?" And it's the three big.
The other thing is the Rockies are hitting left-handed pitching like almost better than any team in this league.
Dude, they're amazing, and it's eye test wise when you watch. You're like, these bats are made to hit lefties. This line makes literally no sense. It makes goose 0 sense, considering especially they're valuing it like the Giants bullpen is some otherworldly thing. I don't think the Giants bullpen is some otherworldly thing. They're in trouble every goddamn night. This line is clinically insane. This line, I agree. Crystal meth heads insanity. This is Rockies all day. This is Rockies plus 220.
Listen, I'm gonna ride it with you. Rockies are Shannon Veed's best bet for tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. So, in terms of experience versus Rodon, Iglesias from his time in Detroit has 12 at bats, hitting 333. He got hits in 4 of them, and then Grichuk has seen him a few times. CJ Cron a few times from his time in the AL. CJ Cron's 5 for 9. Maybe they got a little reporting to do back to the gang. We know how to hit Carlos Rodon. Let's frustrate him.
Carlos Rodon, I mean, also, dude.
This team is built to hit left-handed pitching. This Rockies
team
is
you want to hear their splits against left-handed pitching this year?
What are they hitting, like 280?
313 against left-handed pitching this year.
But like
with a 373 OBP and a 454 slugging and an 8.827 OPS.
So normally you would say like, okay, I think they're due for some regression. Like I think the Angels are hitting abnormally well against left-handed pitching. I see the Angels regressing versus left-handed pitching. The thing about the Rockies, dude, CJ Cron, Randall Grichuk, like Brendan Rodgers is young. It's easy for him to see left-handed pitching. Connor Joe's young, easier for him to see left-handed pitching. Like Iglesias, I think is a wildly underrated player. I don't know why everybody hits him in like the 8-hole of every lineup he's ever been in. I think Jose Iglesias is a really good.
Well, honestly, the protections boded really well for him this year. He's having a great year.
Yeah, 308.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this line is so drastically far off. This is ridiculous. This line is, I know, at least like 70 points off. Rarely do you get to be like, I know this line is like 70 points off. I can guarantee you that the Rockies take money in this matchup. This is not going to go higher than minus 250, anything like that. There's no way.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. It is one of the wildest lines I've seen probably since 2015 when the Jets were favored by 3 points against the Steelers. with no injuries either.
So specific. This is a market inefficiency. I know it. Like this has to be because you know what it is? We're getting some value off the Giants scoring 13 runs the other night or 20 runs, whatever they scored where they were just beating the shit out of the Cardinals.
It's like our boy just said, they're the big market San Francisco team. They get a little extra juice. They stay getting extra juice.
Yeah, Josh is right. Actually, that's exactly what it's actually exactly true. Yanks stay getting extra juice. All the Bay Area team, the California teams stay getting extra juice. The Angels are getting way extra juice here. You see, the Angels are like minus 200 against the Nationals in every matchup. It's like, what the hell are we doing?
I will tell you this though: you go to a game in Angel Stadium, it is the most lifeless stadiums you will ever go to. Nobody there gives two shits about what's going on.
Really?
All they care about is Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, Do all the
They
kids
go
have
in
Otani
there.
jerseys on instead of Trout
Every
jerseys?
single kid, you'll see some Trout jerseys, but mainly Otani jerseys.
Wow.
They're all screaming every time he gets up to bat. My favorite player on the team's Taylor Ward, but what do I know?
Guy's only got like a 500 on base. Don't worry about it. Shohei gets a stupid
Literally
amount of
one of the best players in baseball this year. Yeah, Shohei does get a stupid amount of juice.
Yeah, fading Shohei is very profitable.
He will.
That's like road favorite spots at the Astros and stuff.
Listen,
where it's like,
I'm a massive Shohei contrarian. Massive Shohei contrarian. I don't think it's
pitching wise. I think he's a great hitter. I think he's a very legit hitter.
He is a great hitter. Pitching wise is where I am shorting his stock.
Agree.
His velo's up there, but I feel like his arsenal isn't all that impressive.
He's hit or miss too. He's either all.
He is hit or miss. Really listen, I think his last start was against Boston. He pitched out of his fucking mind, but also, it's Boston, who's literally been one of the worst lineups in baseball this year. He did silence the big boys, though, the big boppers in the lineup.
He pitched pretty well. I watched that game because I bet on the Red Sox, and he pitched pretty well. But they did. The Angels have started to regress against lefties. I think I'm right about that angle. So recapping our bets. I don't really love the Royals, but I'd rather be on that side. We both think there's value on the Rangers. Not sure if kind of feels like a Yankee win, but there's value on the Rangers. I refuse to take Julio Urias at minus 244. I will take the Pirates. I will play that game. The Brewers, we both like the Brewers here. Luis Castillo, limited arsenal in his first start of the season, will not be able to rely on that slider. We both like the over, lean towards the A's in that matchup, but both like the over there quite a bit. White Sox, not much value, but we both lean that way. Both like the Rays opposite Syndergaard. Not sure what the pitching deal is yet. We'll see on the line. As long as we get them at a dog price, we'll play them. Like the Phillies. Like the over there more than anything. Both, I don't know. Chaney leads the Padres. I don't even know what to think of that game. I lean under. I do lean less runs. Kyle Hendricks pitches well is the one thing you would kind of think. If Kyle Hendricks can't pitch well in this matchup, it's full fade time and it's over. Is it dumb?
I agree.
Rockies +1.
It's already what we did. It's already fully over. You and I think we both had him as a prune team this earlier.
Who?
The Cubs.
I know, but I'm saying Kyle Hendricks specifically. I have a lot of respect for Kyle Hendricks, man. He's a good pitcher.
I know you do. Is it dumb to take the Rockies +1.5? I don't know. I've run lines personally.
About a year and a half ago, I did this whole experiment on run lines and shit. And I know there's a lot of people that have a ton of success with them. I couldn't figure out a good methodology for in X spots I need to take them here. Run lines versus whatever. You would think unders, right? It's like taking the points in football. So if you think it's going to be, I assume there's more value in unders. I don't necessarily like the under here more than anything. I can't think of a reason why I'd like Rockies +1.5 more than the fact that I actually think the Rockies back into their bullpen isn't terrible. Between Colomb and Daniel Bard and stuff, that's not that bad. I don't know if that's enough of a reason. I just know that over +200 is not correct here. That is not correct. So that's our best bet.
I agree. The thing I don't love about run lines is, score manipulation in some ways. I like betting points in other leagues, NBA, NFL, all day. Run lines in baseball, the problem there is that backdoor covers are just way, way, way too probable, right? Somebody, your setup man comes in the 8th. You got a nice 3-run lead, and then all of a sudden, he gives up a 2-run shot, and they still win by 1. That stuff just happens way too much for my liking. So
that's why I think he wants protection. He's saying +1.5, not -1.5.
I know he's saying +1.5, and he wants the protection. I get that. That could also work the other way, though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they can give up the extra.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't
exactly.
I don't know. I'm not a big run line guy on dogs. I'd rather take a -1.5 on a dog and get a really good price or something.
I agree. I think also when the juice is this good on a dog, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I usually play -1.5, not +1.5.
Well, it's easy to talk yourself into -1.5 because you're paying, 50% of what you pay them to take the money.
I bet you the -1.5 here is close to like +3, whatever. That might be worth looking at. I think the Rockies win this, but for them to win, so I do like the Giants. I think the Rockies win this game at a high clip. I think they win this game at a high clip.
I agree with you.
All right, Chan. We'll be back on Thursday. Back rolling on Thursday.
Back rolling on Thursday. We will both be on the East Coast.
Oh, maybe we'll do Friday then. We might do just from our buddy has a bachelor party this weekend. One of our best friends will both be there. So we might just do it live to break down the weekend slate, something like that. But we'll definitely be giving some kind of pod. We'll be showing up. We show up.
We show up for our fans.
We're rolling here too. We're starting to roll.
I like it. We got good juice going here.
So we did it in an hour and 10. We're getting better.
We'll get it down to an hour on Friday.
That we will.
All right.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you for joining, Josh. Appreciate it. Definitely hop in if you make it next time for the what's it called? Stat Goblets. If you missed it by like 10 minutes, I felt bad. I wanted to retroactively give it to you, but I'm going to be giving out money every week, and I can't just be like giving it to give it. So next time. But Josh, thanks for hanging out. Part of the crew. We got to think of a name. We'll do that soon enough. Otherwise, hope everybody has absolutely wonderful start to the week. Give your mother a call. Tell her you love her. Other than that, you got any sign-offs, so?
Hey, go Yankees.
Go Yankees.